Welcome to part 13 of Mafia the Definitive Edition, and in this episode, we are going to go out to lunch. Kinda needed after the hellacious battle in the parking lot, the hellacious battle in the warehouse, Frank selling out, and more importantly, the fact that Tommy had to be a race car driver because the race car driver got his legs broken by the Morellos. There is that thing about Carlo, but most of this was the Morello's fault. By the way, at the end of the day, we'll end up forgetting who Carlo is, even though he's mentioned by name, but chances are he's got something to do with this. And we once again go to an intermission after the last mission.
Sounds like Salieri was getting ready to make his move.
Working up to it, maybe. But then, Prohibition ended, and the bootlegging business got knocked on its ass. Oh, that fighting over booze meant next to nothing. It took us a few years to recover. But when we did bounce back, boy, it was something. We took what dough we had from the moonshine and Canadian whiskey and invested it into new rackets. Some of them even legal. Construction, restaurants, trucking, gambling. We branched out into everything, except peddling dope. And by 35, things were looking up. We had good money rolling in on the regular. I had a wife and daughter. Sam was running a club for the Don. Even Paulie had a few rackets of his own. Wasn't exactly happy, but what do you call it then?
Content.
Yeah, that was it. And Salieri, he finally starts talking about getting out of Morello's shadow. Maybe buying our own cops, our own politicians.
That's interesting. You think Salieri was sourcing highbinders in 34?
Maybe. Why?
Well, a few years back, the Vice Squad got a judge on solicitation of a minor. Once in the box, he started confessing all sorts of misbehaving, trying to get a deal. But he copped to taking kickbacks from Morello and your man Salieri. Playing him off one another, trying to goose the take, but once Morello found out, he threatened to bury the judge's kids on the beach. Still breathing, of course.
Christ. That was the missing piece.
How's that?
Morello was always winding us up, but he never did anything that might start an all-out war. Learning Salieri was building his own bench must have finally tipped his scales, because in 35, he hit us with both barrels.
And you want to know why I call this dude a dumbass? You know, after this mission right here, he should know better than to pull something like this. Especially since he was caught in the middle of it.
With his face and pasted it on his face.
Tommy.
Oh, hey, boss, what's going on?
I'm glad you're here. There you go, boss. I'm going to Pepe's for lunch, but Carlo called in sick. You up for a drive?
Sure, boss.
Bravo. I'm already starving. You got a piece on you?
Yeah. You think I'll need it?
You know how it is. Things with Morello have been a little quiet lately. Maybe it's just got me jumpy is all.
So now we're driving Salieri to Pepe's restaurant. Now, for those who don't know who Pepe is, he was one of the people cheering on Tommy in the race. And, God, I hate that. I hate the race. I really hate the race. But he was also one of the people telling Tommy that Paulie was too drunk off of his ass. Well, now Pepe's got himself an establishment. And speaking of people with a drinking problem, apparently Tommy went there and acquired one. So, yeah. Frank told him not to go drinking and doing stupid things, but alas, Tommy, well, he was practically caught drinking. And to the point where Sarah was going to leave him. More on that later, but for right now, a certain someone decides to call in sick despite going over to Pepe's. Said someone in question was actually Carlo.
Must be nice for you.
Now, I don't know about you, but it feels sort of familiar that another person named Carlo sets up the Don, or somebody closer to Don, i.e. his son, basically, up for an ambush that would most likely leave the Don's son for dead. Now, can I point out something? I know when 2K Studios, or I do believe whoever made the original Mafia, made this game, they gave so many allusions to the Godfather, but the Carlo here is in no way the Carlo in the Godfather. The difference between the Carlo here and the Carlo in the Godfather was pretty much executed after all the Dons was gone, to make sure he had no insurance. The Carlo here, you're gonna forget about him by the end of the game. That's all I gotta say. Or by the end of this part anyway. But again, Carlo was whining and arguing with Paulie in the last part. This part, well, he's not gonna have anything to say. Let's just put it to you like that. So, you might want to try to keep on the limiter so that way the cops won't come after you, because they see you and Don Salieri in the car and you're doing illegal driving. Oh, that's an automatic 4-star. So yeah, turn on that limiter whenever you can. And also honk the horn, because these people are so goddamn belligerent. I wouldn't say the people, more along the lines of the NPCs are so belligerent, they'll try to run into you. And that's the last thing that I need. Oh, and Don Salieri will constantly comment to you about your driving. Just saying.
I have been looking forward to this all week. Wait till you taste the casaca, Tom. Oh.
Oh, more wine. Hey, more wine here, please, quickly. You're going to love this wine. It's a... Don Salieri. Welcome, my friend. Welcome.
Good to see you, Pepe.
Yes. Hey, come. Our guest has arrived, eh?
What's on the menu today?
My mother, she would be so honored if you tried her caponata.
Excelente, bravo, bravo.
Molto bene. Oh, let me get you a chair for you, huh? See, please. Yeah. And to drink, a Chianti. I've been saving this just for you.
Yeah, bene, bene, bene.
Huh? Enjoy, huh?
I'm glad you're off the roof, Tom.
Sarah threatened to leave me if I didn't dry out.
I know.
She told you.
No. I put her up to it. Drunkards get sloppy, Tom. I didn't want you to make a mistake we couldn't live with.
For you? And for you.
Pepe, the meal is a masterpiece as always.
Molto grazie, Don Salieri. Praise from such a gourmet as you, it filled me with joy.
You wouldn't call me a gourmet if you knew what I had for supper.
Get down!
What the hell? Morello! Bastard could have at least let me finish my wine.
Hey, Salieri! Come out of there and we'll make this quick. Smoke 'em out, Joe. Shit, watch out!
We aren't going out the front door. Can you move?
Not fast enough. We're gonna ambush these boys. I'll keep them entertained while you slip out the back and circle around.
You sure, boss?
Blow them all down, Tommy. Not one of them goes home tonight.
Okay, boss. Be careful.
Tom, just be quick about it.
Well, it's about time we start taking care of business. Seeing as how this restaurant is literally... Oh, fuck you! This restaurant, I was about to say, is literally surrounded by a bunch of gangsters. And Pepe is dead. Well, I just lost all of my goddamn health. Thanks for that. Oh, wait. There's actually some more health. Good. Let me try to keep myself from being killed. Oh, there's people here. There's people here. Duck, you fool. They're going for headshots. There's a lot of people around this area. Damn, this is a death trap right here. But oh, there was somebody right here who just popped in. He was on the radar, but he didn't even show up. Anyone else? Oh, there's another one. Good. I think that takes care of business here. Oh, and by the way, there's somebody that's coming in through the alley. You gotta hold off as much as you can. Well, actually, more along the lines of trying to make a pincer attack. Because after all, Don Salieri can't last for long. You have a grenade, by all means use it. If you don't, well, I don't know what to tell you. But if you want the comic book or collectible that's here, just simply go by the window and pick it up. Or just pick it up on the way out. Whatever the case, you gotta be careful. Because there are going to be guys out here waiting to gun you down. Like so. Go by the car, go by the car, go by the car. Okay, that works too. Hide, you fool. Or just shoot him, I guess. Whew. Thank goodness, that took care of everything. Well, with that said, now it's on to the next part. About Carlo.
Oh, look at the balls on this kid. You really saved my ass, Tom.
We gotta go, boss. The cops will be here soon.
I need a minute to catch my breath.
Well, let me get you back to the bar.
No, not the bar. We're going to see Carlo. That son of a bitch knew where I was going today, and he calls in sick.
He set you up.
To us, Tom, you could have ended up just as dead.
Yeah, I know, boss.
Carlo's shacked up with some dame in Holbrook. Let's go see what he has to say about all this.
Yeah, Frank wasn't just responsible for the whole deal with the hotel. He was also responsible for Canada. But Carlo had a hand in it. And the only reason why Frank was helping the Morellos? Real simple. Because Carlo was helping the Morellos. And now we're going to have to go over and confront him. How else did the Morellos know about Paulie's excursions with Gates? Otherwise, everything would have worked out as planned. The Morellos would have lost out on a really major liquor business. And we'd have been in more money than what we are right now. So now we're in a mob war. And unfortunately, Pepe is dead. Gunned down ruthlessly by the thugs that happen to be working for Morello. I'm surprised Dino wasn't among them. I really wanted to kill that guy. You know, he fucked up my cab. What can I say? And also chased me down because he had a gun and I, well, didn't. So what you're going to do, you're going to have to try to not get caught by the cops on the way to going over to Carlos' apartment. Because you're going to have to lose the cops if you do. It's going to be an automatic 2-star if you end up running into the cops or accidentally firing your goddamn gun. But whatever the case, we're going to have to park it here and then go to Carlos' apartment Park the car, you fool. Thank you. Now then, it's time for Carlo to answer as to why he decided to call in sick.
Boss, why don't you let me go first, huh? Carlo might be waiting for us.
No, Tom. My face is going to be the first and last thing this bastard sees.
What the fuck?
You goddamn dirty grifter.
You better dangle, sweetheart.
It's gonna be a closed casket, Carlo.
You okay, boss?
Yeah, just a little one. Let me catch my breath.
Jesus, he's fast for a big guy.
Don't let him get away!
Ah yes, part 2 all over again, and I really hope I didn't get age restricted for that. Probably will, knowing YouTube. But whatever the case, you gotta run after Carlo, because Carlo, he is going to start running like Sonic the Hedgehog, and try to outrun you. But there's only one way that you can catch him, and that's when he's trying to climb up. But for right now, you're supposed to keep on him. I said keep on him. And you can cut corners by jumping off of the roof. Right now, it's rubber band on normal. But on hard, he'll still keep running, but probably running faster. Classic, it's hard to catch this guy. But once this guy starts climbing on the ladder, shoot him.
Is he still alive?
I'm not sure.
Now we're sure.
Hey, Sergio, how are you? Keeping out of trouble?
Sure. Who's this? Wait a minute. Is that Gordy? It is. Hey, Gordy, how you doing, buddy? Hardly recognized you. What'd he do?
You said you were having some trouble down at the docks, right?
Yeah? It's nothing I can't handle.
Yeah, well, I did some asking around. This asshole was planning a strike. Strikes are no good for business. Unless you don't want to call him for it, right?
Right.
So I decided the union needed a change in leadership. Is that all right with you?
Of course.
Good. Now, what about that, other thing?
That's why I'm here. Salieri's still alive.
God damn it! What happened?
I don't know yet. Crew we sent is dead. Restaurant's all shot to hell.
Stop your crying. Trying to have a conversation here. What about, the cockroach Carlo?
Found him with his head smashed in like a fucking watermelon. Never seen anything like it.
Salieri must have figured Carlo was the rat. God damn it. Even hear myself think.
It's gonna be a war.
I told you to shut the fuck up! We've been at war since we killed Papone. It's just out in the open now.
What do you want me to do?
Make your rounds. Tell little boys to keep their eyes peeled and their powder dry.
Okay. Put the word out.
Hey. Just, keep your head down, little brother.
You too, Don Morello.
Well, Don Salieri did say it was going to be a closed casket funeral. Yeah, expect that gameplay from Mafia 4, which has just been announced that is going to be a prequel to the Mafia series. And speaking of which, I'll see you all in the next episode of Mafia the Definitive Edition as we go on a boat in part 14.